Hello and welcome to Follow Everton. This is my match reaction and the open forum / phone in. If you want to join, I have posted the link in the comments. And I'd love to hear from you. I want to know what your thoughts are. Everton, of course, surviving today by beating Bournemouth 1-0. It was pretty horrendous to watch in the stadium, nerve-wracking. And with 35 minutes to go, Everton were playing championship football. Of course, Abdoulaye Doucouré's strike, clean, perfect. Keeper didn't move. That was enough for us to stay up. And of course, Leicester took it to the wire with their 2-0 win, 2-1 win against West Ham. So it was so important to get the win today. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm looking forward to hearing from you all. Thank you for joining. Of course, like and subscribe. Make sure you like the video, of course, right now. And I want to hear from you. Let's have some fun on the stream. I'll give you my thoughts very quickly because I didn't have a lot to say earlier. The system, first and foremost, the 5 at the back meant we couldn't press Bournemouth quite high. It was either a case of we couldn't press them because we didn't have enough numbers up the top end of the pitch, or perhaps it was more of a tactical thing where we wanted to try and get Bournemouth to play out and try and come out so we could nick the ball in transition and then go and punish them. But I think the fans got frustrated because I think they wanted to see us press. And I didn't think that the wing-backs allowed us to do that because McNeil and Garner were quite deep. And then we had the back 3 kind of occupying just Dominic Solanke. It invited Bournemouth on, and we couldn't press. And I think the first 45 minutes was a little bit limp. Everton showed Bournemouth a bit too much respect. As I say, whether it was a tactical thing where we wanted to try and get Bournemouth to come out and then try and nip the ball in the midfield and then run up like we did against Brighton. But for me, I felt it was just the setup limitations of it. It would have been nice to have got an earlier goal and settle some nerves, but it wasn't to be. And we did test the keeper, just Garner Gay. Of course, we were shooting the Gladys Street because we lost the toss. Garner with a good shot, but arguably should have scored. It was close range and it was a good height for the keeper. But to be fair, it looked like a world-class save. It did look like a world-class save, but I think he should have scored. And then there was another one. Which was saved, a similar situation where you just thought the keepers pulled the worldie. But apart from that, I don't think Bournemouth had a shot on target in the first half, but they kind of probed a little bit. Everton, the fans were phenomenal before the game and during the game. But I didn't think we were able to press and quite have such an impact on the game. And I thought it was a little bit maybe too passive. McNeil quite poor at left wing back. Iwobi struggling to get involved. Doucouré didn't quite know what position he was. And we couldn't press because we didn't have the players forward. But when we did, we'd leave a short in numbers in midfield. It was kind of a Garner Gay versus everyone. Once we'd got to grips of things and realised that centre-backs had to actually step up and press in midfield and that the wing-backs had to step up and press, I think we got a good grip of the game, and I thought we were a lot more effective. The second half was complete chalk and cheese, really. We locked on with all the Bournemouth players. We made it very, very difficult for Bournemouth to play around us, play through us, snuffed out every attack they had. Well, there was a couple of big chances actually for Bournemouth, but it was just good, heroic defending in the end. And of course, Everton with that Doucouré goal, which comes from a bit of a knockdown and then the volley, were able to hang on, and we did the dark arts well. We broke up play when we needed. We faked the injuries. We did everything we needed to do. The fouls, playing percentages, and just making it really difficult for Bournemouth and just to see the game out. But the second half was complete chalk and cheese. We had to press in tight, not show Bournemouth as much respect, go man for man. And I'm glad because it made a massive, massive difference. Bournemouth created nothing because we defended so well. I mean, our back 3 was amazing. James Garner was amazing. Garner Gay was amazing. Doucouré got better and better with his energy and, of course, the goal. And we won all the second balls and the first balls, a lot of them as well. So obviously the first half we couldn't really press. I think we struggled a little bit, but obviously that second half, once we got to grips of the game, I think it was all Everton and it was ours to win. So there's a few thoughts. I want to go to the comments and stuff today, and I want people to drop in and speak to me over this period. And first caller we've got is Dorothy. Let's bring that person in. Hello. Hello, Dorothy. Can't hear you, Dorothy. I can't hear anything you're saying, Dorothy. I'm posting a link as well. Please come and join on. It's a clear line at the moment, which isn't too good because I would like to speak to at least 2 or 3 people tonight on here. There's the link. Dorothy, I can't hear you. Oh, you need to unmute yourself. Can anyone hear this Dorothy person? Because I can't hear anything she's saying. No, I can't hear her. I can't hear her. I can't hear her. Right, okay. That's a bit annoying because I've whizzed through my post-match analysis to make sure we can get some callers on, and we haven't got anyone. We haven't got anyone yet. While we're waiting for some people to come in, I'll fill the space. Dorothy, if you could, are you ready to come in?
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Oh, hi, Dorothy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to get a few comments.
Okay.
I'm very happy, very
Okay, that's good.
happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I'm happy. Because well, three things really. I've seen Everton for all 70 years. I hope they stay next year as well because
I bloody hope so,
we
Dorothy.
because it's a shame that they've crumbled. I used to see Everton when they were so good. They're not good anymore. And my late husband always liked Everton.
Yeah.
So I don't like to see them suffer so badly. Today we were okay, but not really that good. Okay?
Thanks, Dorothy. Don't know how to answer that. Of course, we can't repeat what's happened this season, next season. If we go into oh, Dorothy's gone. We can't be. We've got to have change. Something's got to change. Look, I haven't got any personal issues with anyone at Everton Football Club, but the matter of fact is, when you perform in that poorly for 2 consecutive seasons on and off the pitch, I mean, the recruitment's been pretty average, I suppose. And of course, missing the mark, not signing strikers and wingers and leaving us with 6 central defenders and that sort of thing. When the recruitment's bad, when the performance off the pitch is bad, you got to have change. And look, I know COVID really hurt us. I know having Russian sponsors, having to lose them because they're Russian, obviously, without going into the political side of things, that's cost us a lot of money as well. Even little things like the Sigurdsson, it's not little, but it was a record signing. Gylfi Sigurdsson getting suspended, and there's a compounding of several issues that keep happening. But it doesn't take away from the things that we can influence haven't been good enough, and we have to make change. I've got another caller now, Bill. Let's bring in Bill.
All right, mate. Can you hear me? Like,
Hi, Bill. How are you, pal? You been the match today?
Right. Yeah. I was at the game, right? And yeah. It was all good. Look, I thought we put in a good shift. I don't know what to say really. I mean, it's what we expected, isn't it? Last game of the season, like, I mean, never seen Everton be so bad consistently, but today, just didn't know where we were getting a goal from, but we got it in the end, and it was it's a fucking good goal, wasn't it? I mean, come on. You can say what you want, but we've done the business now, and we just got to go move on. I think. We said this last season, we can't do this again, but we've done it again, and so I just don't understand how it's happened again. I mean, how have we gone a whole season where we've not signed no strikers? and we've not signed a replacement for that Calvert-Lewin. It can just get lost as far as I'm concerned. And it got to the state, and half the players that are finished in the match, right? They're not even going to be part of our. They're not even going to be part of our team next season. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy with today. I mean, it's just been so stressful. It's just been.
Can
Yeah.
I get a word in, Bill? Is that all right, Bill?
Yeah, of course.
Sorry. You've thrown a lot of points at me. I want to ask you, talking about next season, etc., and the goal and all that is really good. But in terms of next season, are there any players you'd give a new contract to? Because you talked about the players that finish the pitch won't be on the next season. I think a lot of us don't want them next season. Would you give the likes of Tom Davis a new contract?
Tom Davis? No, no way. A player like Tom Davis will not be near Everton's football club. I mean, the guy is just he rolls his socks down, and he's an embarrassment. He's an absolute embarrassment.
Yeah,
will
let's
they give
not
a
get too
contract?
fixated on Davis. What about Connor Cody? Do you think he did enough? He
Cody, I
came in
would
today
keep,
and
but the thing with Cody is he's a 1-year contract guy, isn't he? You know, he's like, you don't know how many more good years you're getting off him. You know, he played well though today, didn't he? All those interceptions. You know, massive game for Cody.
yeah, talking about a £4.5 million deal for Cody, but yeah, he's a 5 at the back specialist, and I don't think that's Dyche's formation moving forward. I think we'll send him back. Just on the game today, though, Everton getting the business done. Decore with the goal. He had a poor period during Ramadan. I can't deny that he and his fellow Muslim compatriots were quite poor in that period, and obviously the religious aspect of things can have a knock-on effect. You know, the fasting, etc. So it's good that he's managed to find his form again, and 2 goals. 2 goals the other week at Brighton, and then this really important one today. And I think giving him the new contract gave him that little bit of a lift. And would you look at that contract again, Bill, maybe, and extend it to? He was looking at 3 years, or would you just say roll with the times and there's no pressure really because he's under contract and a year is enough?
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. Whatever I think, he seems to be doing the opposite. But I think more than anything, we need to sign a striker, don't we? You know, someone who can put the ball in the net. Seems so obvious, but we can't do it.
Thanks, Bill. I'm going to move on to our next caller now. Thanks, Bill. Let's quickly go to the comments while we wait for someone to come in. Please click that link in the description. I'm going to post it again. I would like to speak to some people on here, if that's okay. If you've got some time, you don't have to put audio on. You can put camera on if you want. Patrick Brown saying, up the effing Toffees. Daniel saying, congratulations on staying up. Thank you very much. It was a bit of a great escape, Eugene. Yeah, 35 minutes away from relegation. I've got to be honest with you. I thought we were down with 30 minutes to go. I thought it was just not one of our days. Felt quite numb. And the fact that we were able to get that over the line and actually achieve it is remarkable. You know, when you're playing without strikers, for large parts of the season, what we've achieved in itself seems quite the feat. David saying, player of the season for Toffees goes to the accountant. The Blues edge of the box strike from defensive midfield. That gay effort. Hard to say. He should have scored. I thought he was about 8 yards in. 8 yards out. No, was that not right? What did you think of our first callers? Do you agree with Dorothy or Bill? Paul saying, feel for Leicester City and their fans. So lucky to stay up. That squad is pure puke. Tiny bit of grass in the lawn of weeds. We have a good manager, though. Get rid of the board ASAP. I mean, one thing that was quite interesting at full time today, I didn't actually know the whistle had gone. People running on the pitch. I didn't know whether it was some sort of trying to break up play, and then you actually realised that the game had finished, and that was a sense of relief. It didn't feel like a celebration. I had no urge to go on the pitch. was actually quite frustrated that a lot of the fans had gone onto the pitch, because I wanted the Everton fans to come back out and really just do a lap of appreciation and apologise, really, because in the vast majority of the season and in the main, they've been really poor. 90% of the season they've been atrocious, and I think they owed us that. And there's a few players that wanted to say farewell, but it was relief. I wasn't celebrating this kind of mediocrity. Pickford, yes or sell for 70 million? Not sure, Kelly. It always comes down to you buy. When you sell someone, who do you buy with the money? This is an open forum, so ask me anything you want. Bring up any topic you want, and of course, if you go to streamyard.com/Yankee Hotel Vienna 9 November 9. Should we get a shortened link and make it easier for people? I want to try and get a couple more people on tonight if we can. Let's get this one. Let's try this one. Don't know whether is that any easier for you, or should we try? Actually, let's try tiny URL. Okay, because you can make a custom link. Customize your link. This is the link. I'm going to post it now. Tiny URL /Everton. Phone in. And I'll post it in the comments for you. Just copy and paste it. Alan saying, annoyed at people see the invasion as a celebration. No, it's. I know what you're saying, Alan. I did tweet this. It is a release of emotion and pure relief. I just hope it doesn't have a knock-on effect on the club. That's the only thing I can say. Right, let's bring in Nathan.
Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Nathan. How are you?
Yeah, I've been following Everton my whole life. Today I didn't go to the game. I couldn't get a ticket. I got a few things to say. I thought they played quite well in defense, but going forward, we just lack that firepower. I think that Damari Gray was ineffective today. I think you don't want to play him up front on his own. Just not good. It's not good.
The thing that annoyed me, Nathan, was that when Calvert-Lewin's not been fit, we haven't adapted the style of play to suit the player that's come in. So when we've played, Mopé wants to drop short, turn on the ball, be a link-up player. Damari Gray wants to make little runs into the channels, etc., etc., and use his pace. He's a bit lightweight, but he tries his best. He's got a good touch and that sort of thing, and good speed about him, and good dribbling, but we didn't really adapt the game. We played a lot of crosses into the box, certainly in that first half, a lot of balls, the back post. Thought the set pieces were quite poor today. We tried to play them quite deep to try and win the first ball, and then the knockdown scramble, but didn't really come off for us. I think there was one actually which got headed. Was it maybe McNeil, maybe from 2-3 yards out, where we should have scored, but it was a lot of poor deliveries into areas where you think Calvert-Lewin's going to be there, but Damari Gray's not going to make those same runs. So I think we should have adapted to suit Damari Gray, but he didn't have his best performance. Have you got anything else you want to talk about, Nathan?
That's it, really, Ryan. I thought that most of our players put in a good shift today, and I can't say any more, really.
Are you from Ireland, Nathan? He's gone. Thank you, Nathan. Much appreciated. I do hope we can get some more people on. The Blues is saying there's nothing that suits Graham Mope. The thing is, Mope's strength, he wants to come short, he wants to turn with it, he wants to link up. He did chip it. He scored 8 or 9 goals last season. He's got 1 this year. Imagine if he'd have scored at least 3, even just 3 or 4 goals a season. We would never have ended up in the position we were. Kevin saying, by some of the comments here tonight, I wonder if half of them are actually at the game. For once, they put a shift in and we won. Kevin, I was at the game. We absolutely put a shift in. The first half, I don't think was that good. We couldn't press because of the shape. We had too many defenders. Garner was kind of like the 6, but if he went to press, he'd leave a lot of space. Onana and Decore didn't know what position they were in. Awobi was poor and McNeil were poor. And then they had a rejuvenation in the second half. We locked on to Bournemouth, stopped them playing through us, stopped them playing around us, fought as a team. It was miles better, absolutely miles better. And there was only one winner. And there was no way we were going to lose that game at that point. WAJEFC, hello. I'd be grabbing Meslier from Leeds, good defence, and he would outshine Pickford. I'm not sure about that, mate. The Blues are saying Meslier is an absolute disgrace of a goalkeeper. The Blues are saying how many penalties and open goals? Mope was a reason Brighton struggled. I am not sure, but that's an interesting point. Jeremy says agrees. He doesn't want the bitch invasion. He says no matter the emotions. Paul is not happy we're talking about a pitch invasion. Talk football. You know what, Paul? The final thing on that would be that I wanted to see the players celebrate on the pitch themselves and how they reacted and that sort of thing. So I think it overshadowed it by everyone just running on. And then it kind of felt quite flat and dampened it and all security. And, I will talk about Sean Dyche's match reaction. And he said that, there's massive work to be done here. And I'm glad that he brought us down to earth and said that, this can't be the normality. This isn't normal. This is Everton. This shouldn't happen. It was a disgrace. An absolute disgrace that we were in this position in the first place. We survived by the skin of our teeth. We were 35 minutes away from championship football. It was obscene and it can't happen again. And it can't be normal. Right. I've got Barry. Hi, Barry.
What, Ron?
Hi, Barry, mate. You from London?
Yeah, I'm down in East London, mate. How are you doing, Ryan?
What are you saying, mate?
Oh, I'm good. Got a couple of points. I just can't understand. Why does he not start with a striker? What is wrong with him? What? We're a football club. We've got to win one game at home, the last game of the season. Oh, we can't start with a striker. For goodness sake.
This caller is brilliant. Thank you for dropping in, Barry. Listen, the thing is, your options are Ellis Sims. And he can't press. He hasn't got the mobility to do that, so he's not gonna start with Sims in a home game. And then he's got Neil Mope, and you start Neil Mope, and I think that can affect the crowd. They're quite negative towards him, and some of his poor performances and wasteful finishing, etc. So his options weren't there, Barry, and obviously Calvert-Lewin injured again. I believe it was an abductor strain. I also want to say we leaked the team news 3 hours before. So should I put a bobble hat on? But no, the team was well leaked. By 11 o'clock, it was circling around, and we put it out there. But it was, the options that weren't there, Barry, for us to do that, and that's why he went with Damari Gray. Were you not happy with Damari?
Well, I just think he's a winger. He shouldn't be playing up front on his own. Oh, good game is he watching? We got to win the game. I mean, we did win the game, but goodness me. Decore, he has to score one goal to win the game. Oh, we shouldn't be doing that. We should be playing with Sims up front for a whole game. What's wrong with that? And then half time, we know Leicester, they're winning. They're winning. They're safe. Why are we still playing with no strikers? We basically play 7 midfielders. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
We played with 7 midfielders and 3 centre backs. It's amazing, Barry, what we achieved. His connection's gone. It's amazing what we achieved. I'm going to move on to Tom. Barry was absolutely brilliant. Hi, Tom.
Hello?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you crystal clear. How are you?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I'm good, thanks. Bit relieved. I'm not really happy, just relieved. Like you said before, we shouldn't be in this situation. It's James Maddison put that penalty in, we'd be gone. And the Corey goal was a bit of a wonder goal. That, and if we hadn't pulled that out, we'd be gone, man. I don't think people realise. Yeah, people don't really realise about it. I know there's a lot of people happy, but don't get complacent, because it's like you say, this can't happen again. All the players have said it can't happen again, but
I've not,
it could get
seen
worse.
any of the players' match reaction comments yet after the game.
Yeah, there's a few like Connor Cody. I can't remember who else, but yeah, they're all saying this can't happen again. Pickford, but it could easily happen again, because you know what they're like.
Yeah, could sleepwalk.
Best thing for us would be just someone to come in, buy the club, maybe clear out all the board members who don't seem to be doing much. They say that they're doing brilliant jobs on the stadium, but it's on the pitch that matters.
I think we're so lucky. We were 35 minutes away from Championship football. If we'd have gone down, you're talking, it could take years to get back up. It's a dogfight down there. You're clearing the decks, financially in ruins. Got to pay for the stadium. It saved us. That Decore goal has saved the club. It's now given us an opportunity to release a lot of players and reinvest and amortize the contracts well over over a few years, and buy properly and not make this again same mistake, because I can assure you, if we don't get rid of the members of the board, I haven't got any personal issues with any of them. It's a matter of fact, in any business, if you're performing badly, you make a change. It doesn't matter. The manager often is the one in charge, but the people who set the policy and do all those things. So we've got to have a complete shake up at the top. If we don't, I think we'll sleepwalk into the same situation, and we'll probably be there next year. And lightning might not strike in the same place 3 times.
Certainly, man.
If we stick all our eggs in the basket of Calvert-Lewin next season as well, that would be gross negligence. You just hope there's some money there coming in. I do look forward to looking at what Cody and that lot said there, and it's quite funny that the Liverpool fans, James Garner and Connor Cody, were so effective today. Actually, Cody was unbelievable. Have you got anything else you want to add?
Pardon?
You got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, just look at the state of the team. We've got James Garner playing as a right back. We've got our top scorer, Dwight McNeil, playing as a left back. I know they were playing as wing backs, but we basically had a back 5. We did not want to concede. It's dire, man.
I didn't understand that. I thought the whole point of the 5 would have allowed us to completely press and push on and have the wing backs really high. But James Garner was pinned back. McNeil was the worst of the back line. He's the worst defender out of the 5, really. But he worked hard, but he wasn't as effective.
It's difficult. I think it is difficult in that position when you're not defending from a wide area. Is quite different. You've got 3 people on you sometimes, and you've got to know which one to follow. There
was a lot of overloads and a lot of passing player onto player. But it ended up being like a 5-1-3. Is that not enough players?
Yeah, pretty much.
How many players have I got there? 5.
I mean, at times we were lining up at like a 5-4-1 with just Gray up front. But it's, needs must in this situation. If we went a goal down, it would have been heads down, and we won't bring them back too.
It was just weird, that a lot of the time we had too many defenders in the first half. We didn't have enough midfielders to press and get high, and it didn't quite work, the shape. But I think once we actually started to engage and those 3 centre-backs pushed into midfield to press, and we were willing to defend and do the dirty work, it became effective. Tom, just before we let you go, if Decore hadn't scored, would we have found the way, do you think, to get over the line?
It's hard to say. We were taking shots from 25 yards out, and we just can't seem to work the ball into the box. And every time we try to do a cutback, there'd be 6 Bournemouth players and only 2 Everton players. I think we wouldn't have been able to score.
That was the thing, Tom. There was a lot of crosses. They were deep to the back post to no one, or there were cutbacks to no one, or not getting the head up. There was no focal point there. I think
football's going to have to change. You look at how teams play. Bournemouth would have like 4 people in our box ready for a cutback. We've only got 2 people, and one of them's a midfielder, and the other one's a winger. No one's going to finish, even if they get on the end of it.
I know. There was just no one there. But in the second half, we did commit more people into the box forward for attacking situations. And of course, once we got the goal, everything changed. It was just about winding down the clock in whatever way we could do. And we did it cleverly, winning a lot of throw-ins and free kicks and time wasting and all that. But there was a couple of options. I think in another game, when it's less riding on it, we probably would have won that game 3-4-0. I think we would have just punished them on the counter-attack, but we were a bit rushed because of the nerves, etc., and the panicking. But it's amazing we got over the line. Tom, thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to move on to JP.
Me on, Ryan. Love the show.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Great caller. Really nice to speak to Tom there. And now I've got JP. JP, how are you?
All right, Ryan. Yeah, I'm good. Basically, Everton are getting on my nerves every single season. Getting on my nerves. I've been watching them a long time, and I just think that we need to clear out the whole board. We need to clear out most of the squad, and the goal today, Ryan, it was very lucky. Just the way it was very fortunate, the way it hit his foot.
What do you mean it hit his foot? He volleyed it, mate.
Yeah, no, but the way it comes to him, I mean, on another day, he's not in that position.
And another day, he might not have been playing. He might have been injured. I mean, that's a farcical thing to say. So you think the goal was sheer luck?
It was a bit of luck, yeah.
Next, you'll be saying we should have gone down to get rid of the board members. It would have been good for us.
Well, I won't go that far. I'll just say, it's just very lucky the way it was done. The way the ball came. The ball came. It was a nice height for him.
Of course, it was a nice height. Listen, JP, are you a Bournemouth fan?
No, I'm not a Bournemouth fan. I'm just saying, that could have been the draw.
Stephen Woodside's not happy with you. He's saying, why do we have these clowns complaining when we stayed up? Leon is saying this is comedy goal. And the Blues are saying he's trolling. But I'm sure you are a genuine person, JP. I don't think there's any trolls coming on Everton forums this kind of night. But really good to talk to you. Have you got anything else that's bothering you about Everton, or are you just happy we stayed up? And are you feeling good this evening, or?
Yeah, I feel really good. I think that, we're a bit overrated, finishing 17. It's just lucky. The whole thing is so lucky. We didn't deserve it.
JP, as Tom just said, we were a penalty kick at Leicester away from being down. If Leicester had gone 3-1 up, that would have been 2 more points on the board for them, 1 less for us, and they'd have stayed up, I think. So, the margins were so fine.
Yeah, it was a stressful day for me. My girlfriend, she's a West Ham. So she was trying to get them to win, and I was trying to get them to win, and I was trying to get us to win. I was trying to get Tottenham to win. I don't want Tottenham to win. But anyway,
JP,
I like Daesh. I think Daesh is good. I think Daesh, he'll take us to the new stadium, and then I think he'll go. I think that'll be it.
Yeah. JP, brilliant. I've got another caller on coming on very soon. He said his name is Yakubu. I'm pretty sure it's not the actual Yakubu. Imagine if it was the actual Yakubu. Just before bring him in, David saying he was lucky the ball's round. Yeah. That's a funny caller. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard, really. But Newcastle fans are fuming, still have affection towards Liverpool for a couple of 4-4 draws. Just on Newcastle, I'm made up they didn't get third. I'm glad they got to play a Champions League qualifier and finish fourth, and United finished above them, and that'll also piss off Liverpool fans. They're in the Europa League. So all's well that ends well. Hopefully that'll really dent their recruitment strategy because it'll be harder to attract players in the Europa League. Just looking at some more comments. Neil Michaels, thanks for being part of the show for so long. He's saying the Blues, yes, I'm torn on Sims. I think if he goes out on loan again, he's going to want to leave permanently. I personally don't think Sims is going to make it at Everton. And that might sound harsh, but I don't see it. I don't see it. But then again, put him in a team with some wingers who can actually deliver the ball, and we'll see if he's got it. So we've got time for one more. I think if we can get one more person on, that would be great. Keep the comments coming in. The Blues is saying Cannon has a higher ceiling. Yes, I agree. I think he has the superior movement, and I think you need a bit of pace and intelligence and that sort of thing at this level. Sims could come good. I hope that we don't sell him, and I hope if he goes, it's a loan again to a top championship club or abroad, or I don't know. It might get to the point where you just kind of have to move him on with a buyback or a sell back. Right. Paul said Sims showed he had it at Chelsea. Yeah, he did beat Koulibaly, but Chelsea are not that good, and it's a very good goal that he scored. But it'd be good to see more from him on a consistent basis. I believe the cat wants to come in the room, so I'm just going to open the door. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry about that. Cat scratching on the door. Meow, 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 meow. That's why you don't let them in. Oh. Right, let's get in Yakubu. Someone called... Oh, it's not actually Yakubu. It's Yak Bin Manomak. I do apologize if that has not been pronounced wrong. Just very quickly. Stephen saying, no celebration from me tonight. I'm relieved. So much that I was pissed I even had to go on karaoke in the pub. Good to hear that, Steve. Right, let's go to a final caller.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I do think that
It sounds like the person. Go on. Sorry.
what is the question?
You're coming on the phone in. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Sorry, have you got a nickname?
Just call me Yaki, man.
Okay, yeah, Yaki. Okay.
So the problem is that every single season they do not play a good striking team, and that is making a big problem for us because we just do not look like a threat. We do
we
not
have
look like. I listen, man. We do not look like we are going to play with attacking flair, and that is the problem. And I want it to be different, but every single match is the same.
right. I've got another caller. I've got another caller coming in. Let me just grab him. One sec. I don't know who that was. I can't deny. But I think hopefully we can get one more in. Squeeze one more in. Neil's saying, ask the Yak if he's still got that chicken he caught in Blackburn Goalmouth when the Vankeys protested, let it out on the pitch. That's so funny. Let's see if we can get one more person coming on just before we wrap things up. I think we're all quite tired. What's going to happen moving forward? We'll cover transfer news. We'll cover Everton's transfer news and any affairs. We'll try and do a weekly show. Still, probably be midweek. Keep it interactive throughout the off season. So players we get linked with, and of course on a daily basis we'll have your regular updates as and when they come in. If there's major news, we'll do a show. But I think you can expect more of a weekly format throughout the summer of what's been going on in the week, general football chat. But of course, if some transfer news comes in, we'll do reactionary shows and that sort of thing. Neil, just on Basil, yeah, I need to watch this back, but he was meant to go to the game and he had to sell his ticket because he's got his final uni deadline. So he had to sell his ticket, and imagine that, having a ticket to the match and not being able to go. His course finishes on Tuesday, architecture, after 5 years, so he had to prioritize that. Goundry saying we're all exhausted. Of course. Yeah, let's go and get Gayor Carez. And just before we go, we got Sean. Just popped in now.
What?
Hi, Sean.
What?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Oh. Let's see if we can get Sean back on. Thanks, Neil. I'll pass that on. The Blues are saying I'd sell Sims personally and Cannon loan him out. Let's bring in Jim. This will be a final caller. Jim.
You. Hello,
Hi,
Ryan.
Jim.
Hello, Ryan.
No, hi, Jim. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. I'm just calling in from Brooklyn. I love watching Everton since Tim Howard. He he's been inspiring for me. For the soccer. Today, Everton were we weren't quite right for a lot of the game, but we still did it. We still had enough in the tank. But the firepower isn't there.
It's funny you should say that, Jim, because a lot of our callers have been saying very similar things.
I think that the biggest problem with Everton is that they play a good game, but they do not have a style of play.
Yeah, and what style of play would you like to see moving forward?
Well, just anything. I mean, you look at the other Premiership teams. and they just have an amazing style of play, like Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, all of those.
Of course, you can't compare us with Man United and Man City.
We probably should have gone down.
Are you Al Pacino?
No, 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 no.
Leon is saying Al Pacino.
We probably should have gone down, but 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 we have the fans. We have Tim Howard. We have Cahill. We have Kevin Campbell. Those players around, those fans around, those supporters have made. But I think it would have been better if we went down. To be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if we gone down, then we might win some games. We might put together a style of play. That's what I'm getting at. It needs to be a cohesive style of play.
You actually think it would have been better for us to have gone down to develop a style of play and actually win some games than to stay up and play against all these Man Cities and.
Well, if you look at Everton, they would draw a win today. The win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Right? If they play in the championship, Everton will win 4 or 5 or 6 games, maybe on the trot. And that's the difference. It's confidence is playing, it's winning games, and that means that we would go in and play the new stadium. With the
What do you think in the comments, guys? Do you agree with Jim?
With some wins behind us. And the players are not good enough. I've said this every single game. We've been playing the whole season. We've played terrible for most of the season. How on earth we've stayed up, I do not know.
Well, you want us to go down to develop a style of play and win some games?
I'm not saying I want us to go down. I'm saying if we had gone down, we would have been able to rebuild and get some style of play.
And get rid of the board members, because maybe they think
every single time you watch Everton,
the board members maybe think that it's acceptable for them to stay on because we survived, but and the ownership team. But if we'd have gone down, maybe that would have meant they had to go.
The first half, we had loads of the ball. We couldn't do enough with the ball. We were rubbish. We couldn't do anything. The second half, they had the ball. We sat back. We couldn't do anything because we have no style of play. So we just wait for the opposition to dictate the play to us.
It's a fair enough point, actually, Jim. Are you Jimmy? Is that what you go as? Jimmy or you Jim?
Just call me Hendrix.
You're from New York? Oh, God. Jimmy's gone. Right. I think on that bombshell, we'll wrap things up. Thank you so much, everybody. Some of the callers tonight, absolutely fantastic. Very bizarre show, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope you all did too. And make sure you like and, of course, subscribe. That's it from us. Everton have stayed in the Premier League thanks to beating Bournemouth 1-0. It was lucky. But you make your own luck on the day. The last-minute equaliser against Wolves, the penalty save against Leicester, all of these things have been pivotal. And thankfully, this season is finished now. We can move on and hopefully look back on it as just one of those things. And, yeah. I don't know. I'm glad it's over. It's been torture. It's been very difficult to come on here constantly, previews, post-match, and provide all that content, when you're feeling dreadful because the team is poor and at risk of relegation. So I made up the season's finished. I just want to thank all of you watching, follow Everton and supporting the channel. I think we got like 2,200 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you so much for your support throughout the season, for watching the shows. And of course, to all of the contributors that have come on. The pundits, as I'd call them. But thanks to them for helping us put some really good content out. And thanks, Dave, for your kind words. And Neil and David. I think Dorothy was the favourite caller tonight. Paul saying, "Great wind-up caller." I thought it was real. To be fair. But yeah, that's it. The season's done. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I am so happy that we are still in the Premier League, but this can never happen again. I didn't create this channel 2 years ago to basically be a walkthrough of how you can drive an Everton fan mad and wreck their mental health. I wanted to document some success, and I hope that starts next season. We will be back soon with transfer news on a regular basis, of course, and any current affairs to do with Everton that come to light. We will report on them and, of course, do our phone-ins. I'm very tired. I've had enough, and I think we all deserve a bit of a rest now. So thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.